Hello, my friends. Today I have a very special review about the Reformation Study Bible by R.C. Sproul. I have the English Standard Version because I really like the English Standard Version. And I got this Bible from my husband as a gift. So you have the normal starting page, first page here with name, and then it goes into the Bible. So it lays flat quite, which is good. It is a heavy Bible. It's quite big, so it's probably not something you carry around, but it's a great resource. You've seen there were several empty pages. I always like having that because I do take a lot of notes. Here you can see an overview and the table of contents. Theological notes. I just hold that here so you can have a look, maybe pause the video. In-text maps and illustrations. So this is a proper study Bible. I have obviously shown other study Bibles that are not your classic study Bible, so they are more for yourself to study rather than having commentary. This here is a classic study Bible with commentary. R.C. Sproul is the general editor, so you're looking at solid teaching, Reformed teaching. So just so you know, for me that's very important to know what the theology will be like. So this is definitely sound. So here is an introduction to the Reformation Study Bible. I guess the name already gives it away. Reformation Study Bible, Reformed, right? So here you see the contributors. You might know some of the names like Packer, Parsons. You might do good, or some names might be familiar here. Johnson, Evans. Some names. Ortlund, of course. Here, Marion and Taylor. So the good thing is it's not just one person making a study Bible, because we are all fallible, but you really have a good authorship. Like you have multiple authors, like here, big names like Ferguson, Grudem, Stephen J. Lawson. There is some big names in there, and obviously Sproul, of course. Like you really can't go wrong if you have these kind of names. Then here is the preface to the translation, which you have in every normal Bible. And here the explanation of features. So we will see that now when we get into the Bible. So, and now we get into the Old Testament, and we have an introduction, not just to Genesis, but to the whole Pentateuch. Now, I'm not saying I pronounced that right, but you see it written here. So that's an introduction to the whole cluster of first books. So that's something special. You don't necessarily have that in every Bible. And then on top of that you have the introduction to the actual books, like here Genesis, and you have title, author, date and occasion, genre, literary features, and you can see this is not just a short one-page introduction. This goes a lot deeper, and even just reading the introduction you can learn so much. what I think is really, really cool is Christ in Genesis and Genesis in a larger story of the Bible. I think this is amazing, especially Christ in Genesis, because it's all about Christ. Old Testament, New Testament, it's all about Christ. So even when you read your own Bible, you got to see Jesus everywhere. And the better you get at it, you really see him in every single chapter of the Bible. So here is an outline, quite an in-depth outline. A lot of outlines would just have like 3-4 points, but this is a lot more detailed. And now we're going into a text. So this is the Bible text. Here are the cross-references, and all of this is commentary. Now look at that. Look at that. You can study theology with this Bible. Honestly, it's brilliant. Here, Bible text. It's very readable, by the way. It's big print. It's single column. You don't have that much margin space, but I mean, this is a study Bible and not a Bible that has margin space for you to scribble. It's more for you to learn. Again, cross-references. Here you get the footnotes, classic ones. Again, commentary. And then here you have these in-text topics or articles about theological issues or just common questions. We saw them in the, like at the start. There is like an overview of these. So I'm just going to go through. So here you've got more Bible text, less notes, but it is a brilliant Bible. Just going to go to Psalms so you can see how they are set up. So you can see here Job already, there is more margin space. But let's go to the Psalms. So again, you've got the introduction, in-depth introduction, different types of Psalms, which I think is great. So if you're looking for Psalms so you can lament biblically, you can find them here. So this is, I think, is a great tool as well. Theology in the Psalms. This is yeah. It's just good. It's just great. And then you get into the Psalms, and you see you have more margin space in those poetical books. Yeah. So okay, let's go intertestamental, so that you see what is in there. For example, what I'm using this Bible for mostly at the moment is either as a resource when I do my own Bible study and I want to learn more about a verse. This is the kind of Bible I would pull out to see commentary about a verse. And also we are currently doing, like my husband and I, we're currently doing the From Dust to Glory. This is R.C. Sproul's overview of the whole Bible. And so to use this Bible with the study just makes a lot of sense to me. Anyhow, here is Malachi, so end of Old Testament, start of New Testament. But then we have the intertestamental period, and it's great to see some about that, because a lot of Bible don't speak much about it, but we can learn stuff here as well. So it talks about the different things that were happening in the meantime, which helps you understand a bit more the context of the New Testament. Yeah, of course you've got maps in there as well. Then here you have the introduction to Gospels and Acts. Okay. So before you even get into the New Testament, and here now the introduction to Matthew. So it's kind of the same setup as in the Old Testament. Theology again, larger context, Christ and Matthew. and then the outline, and right into Matthew. So again, text, commentary. So, and then you just have the introduction to every single book again. Obviously you can see there is no color in this Bible. You just have like black, white, or those articles are in gray. Yeah, which has pros and cons. Of course, it might not be as exciting to look at, yeah, but hey, this is a serious study Bible, so you'll learn a lot from it. So yeah, the good thing is having no colors in there just gives you more option to highlight and just work with the Bible yourself. So that is definitely a pro. Yeah, it's good when Bibles look nice. I think it looks nice. It's very tidy, but yeah, it's not about the looks, it's about the content, and that is top notch here, obviously. The only thing I have to say where I disagree with R.C. Sproul, I'd be there on John MacArthur's teaching, is the baptism, because R.C. Sproul, he does infant baptism. Now, not like the Catholics do and stuff. He has like different theology about it, but he does infant baptism, and I totally disagree on that. I don't think it's the right thing. So I am in the fraction of faith professing baptism. So however old you are, if you profess your faith, that is the indication that you should be baptized. And babies cannot profess their faith. So yeah, that's my view on it. So here my stance is with John MacArthur. But yeah, that doesn't mean that R.C. Sproul is not a great teacher. He is a brilliant teacher, and you can learn so much. And as many of you know, R.C. Sproul and MacArthur were really, really good friends, because they agree on the main points, the most important things. Either way, so here now the topical articles like apologetics, Bible and church history, canonicity. Here, for example, milestones in Bible translation. Very interesting, because you see in the footnotes, you see like Vulgate, and you kind of see those kind of things, and here you get an idea how things actually came into existence. So this is really in-depth, those articles. Covenant theology, hermeneutics, inerrancy of Scripture, interpreting Scripture by Scripture, really, really important principle. So it doesn't just teach you things, but it also teaches you how to study yourself. Yeah. It tackles controversial topics, difficult topics. Yeah, obviously the Reformation, yeah, it's got to be in there. It's obviously amazing. You know, the whole story, you really should look into that. Watch a movie about Martin Luther, for example. It's just amazing. Not that these guys were all perfect, of course not. None of us are, but it's still great. Then you have the creeds and confessions, and that is so good. Like the Apostles' Creed, yeah? That's what we sing. The Nicene Creed. Chalcedonian definition of the faith, 39 articles. Like, you have all this stuff in here. I think this is just the Heidelberg Catechism. You know, to have the Catechism in there, for example, I think this is just, yeah, the Belgic Confession. So when churches say they are based on this and this catechism, for example, then you can find out what it actually means, because you have this all in here. And then obviously here, that's got to be the most obviously most popular known one, the Westminster Confession of Faith. That's what most churches, or good churches, usually are based on. Obviously they're based on the Bible, but yeah, you know what I mean. So the Westminster Confession of Faith, it's really a standard thing. It's just as great. I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting a bit excited. Then obviously you don't even need to buy a book with the catechism, because you have it in here, and you don't just have the shorter catechism in here, you have the larger catechism in here. I mean, you get several books here in one, yeah, rather than having all the catechisms and creeds in separate books. You have it all in one. And as if that wasn't enough, the shorter catechism is in there as well. And if you don't know what a catechism is, just look at this. It just helps you understand basic things more, put words to it, it's just amazing. Then London Baptist Confession of Faith. Yeah, you just find so much in here. My voice is fading because I'm talking so much. We're nearly through. Then we have the concordance. It's very, very exhaustive. Bible reading plan. That's not chronological, it's just a normal one again. Weights and measures and the maps. So not much to say about that. It's kind of standard. Yeah. So, churches in Revelation, that's maybe not the most standard, which I think is quite cool to have that. And the expansion of Christianity, I think this is something that's definitely not standard. Very, very interesting. And it came with this card. And there you go. That's the Reformation Study Bible. So if you are looking for a serious study Bible, I highly, 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 highly recommend the Reformation Study Bible. Okay, see you next time, and please like, share, and subscribe to my video. Bye bye!